Oh, summertime.
Oh, shoot.
Summertime and then olive.
What?
A minor?
Okay.
I'm just at the question.
Oh, yeah. No. We'll see what they've got.
We not got anything. What key have you got?
We don't have it.
You know from memory?
I'm in C.
Okay, good. I'm going to read Ken's
A
part.
minor, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
S, T, next one.
Might not be in that book yet.
It's not in there, Ken.
Summer.
Trust
It's not
me.
in there?
Oh, he's not in there. Okay,
Okay. Like we only got the one.
excellent.
Solo on the, it's a blues.
Yes.
So you know the melody, Ben?
Yep, well, play some good
modulated
cards.
was it D minor?
All of you? Yeah.
It was actually pretty hip at first.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was edgy.
A minor original.
Okay, now we're doing A train.
Everything,
All of me.
It's like me asking for a martini. Olive me.
Olive me.
Here, King.
So start with the last 8.
Sure.
I'm trying to find the first 8. All of you, all of me. There we go. Awesome.
Same key, same key,
Yeah, I'm in C.
same key.
So we're starting with the last 8.
Start, yeah.
Here you go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3,
1.
I'll take. Hang on. I'll check the time here.
Do you want to take the tune this time, Ken?
About 7 minutes.
Why not? Everybody will get very bored of me otherwise.
Probably one more tune and
What do you
then the processional.
Okay.
We got about 7 minutes.
Anything anybody fancy?
Anything in mind, Gary?
I did see Evan's Behavioral one.
Oh, Black Orpheus could also be under A Day in the Life of a Fool.
It could be, yes.
Or
I
Manyak
figured.
and Turn It Down.
No, we just did that.
That was not the Black Orpheus I thought. It was a totally different one.
Yeah.
Famous Baby? Oh, wait, did he say?
I was gonna say that one, All Blues.
All Blues? Sure.
All blues, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, processional.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our summer convocation. My notes say that I'm supposed to say how pleased we are to be indoors in an air-conditioned environment today. I'm going to say I'm pleased I wore a sweater. However, we're delighted to be able to gather in person once again. Welcome to all of you. During the ceremony, if you require any assistance at all, please see one of the ushers and they will help you. We encourage you to take photos from your seat, but we respectfully ask that due to space issues, you do not move to the front stage area to take photos of your graduates. We will be taking photos and we will share them with you and with your graduates. And without further ado, I would ask that you stand as you are able and welcome St. Thomas University's graduating class of 2022.
Good afternoon, and welcome to St. Thomas University's Summer Convocation. I am Dr. Kim Fenwick, Vice President, Academic and Research, and will be the convener for today's ceremony. Please remain standing as Alexa Navas, representing Campus Ministry, gives the invocation.
Dear God, thank you for this special day and for the students assembled here today. You have blessed them with knowledge, enriched their lives with true friendships, and given them the perseverance which has brought them to this day. May each student know your presence in their lives and understand how to use their abilities for your glory. And may they all continue to be guided by you as they start a new chapter of their lives, bringing goodness, kindness, and wisdom with them every step of the way. Amen.
I would like to acknowledge that the land on which we gather today is the traditional territory of the Wolastoqey or Maliseet, whose ancestors, along with the Mi'kmaq and Passamaquoddy nations, signed peace and friendship treaties with the British Crown in the 1700s. I would now like to invite the Honorable Graydon Nicholas, St. Thomas University's Chancellor, to bring a traditional welcome to this territory.
Uliwan gizay when we joke him in a whistle tier. Because the body da haman you could be with Kim salted, Naga tickets, then a mousino, my whistle tier good gillen, I got a gamble teed. We joke him on well, I'm son with a hustle dog, and we joke him on ya could get mousino, not look at it. So in my Wolastoqey language, I just want to thank our Creator, first of all, for gathering us here this afternoon, and especially in honor of the students, the graduates, we are celebrating here today, and for their parents and friends, and also for those who taught them at the university. And that the graduates will take what they've been able to learn and share that for the betterment of others. Well, Ewan, thank you very much, and merci beaucoup.
Please be seated. It is now my pleasure to introduce the platform party. I will ask each member to stand briefly when I say their name, and I ask that we hold our applause until all members have been introduced. We'll begin with the Honorable Graydon Nicholas, Chancellor of the University. Mr. Peter Forrestal, Chair, St. Thomas University Board of Governors. Professor Don Russell, President and Vice Chancellor. The Honorable David Adams Richards, Convocation Speaker. Mr. James Culligan, Vice President, Finance and Administration. Ms. Jody Michel, Vice President, Advancement and Alumni Relations. Dr. Andre Loisel, Dean of Humanities. Dr. Susan Makem, Dean of Social Sciences. Dr. Peter Toner, Associate Vice President, Research. Mr. Ryan Sullivan, Associate Vice President, Enrollment Management. Ms. Karen Preston, Registrar. Ms. Alexa Navas, representing Campus Ministry. And Mr. Alex Good. Please join me in welcoming the platform party. Thank you. I now invite Professor Don Russell, President and Vice Chancellor of St. Thomas University, to come forward and address the convocation.
Mr. Chancellor, Senator Richards, Mr. Forrestal, platform guests, faculty and staff, family and friends, and today's graduates. I'm very pleased to welcome each of you to St. Thomas University's Summer Convocation. Both as president and as a professor who taught for more than 3 decades, I believe that the best moments of each academic year are our convocations at which we confer degrees upon graduating students. Today we are celebrating graduates from our Bachelor of Education, Bachelor of Arts, and Bachelor of Applied Arts programs, and the first graduates from our Master of Social Work program, granting to each the rights, privileges, and honors accorded to each by their respective degrees. This past year was a welcome transition from the previous 2 years when the pandemic forced teaching and much of campus life online. There were fewer students on campus then and fewer opportunities for extracurricular activities or small gatherings of friends. To return this past year to in-person teaching and campus life, to watch athletic teams compete, student musicians and actors perform, and students connect with each other was a tremendous pleasure. Those graduating today have contributed greatly to the richness and vibrancy, the caring and compassion that characterize STU, and to the intellectually and culturally diverse life of our small university. And I want to thank our graduates for that. Now, at the best of times, completing a university degree is a significant personal achievement. In the current context of having to cope with pandemic realities in all aspects of our lives, including online learning, it is truly a cause for celebration. But we would be remiss if we failed to acknowledge the other contributions of our graduates, which are also reasons to celebrate. This year, our students were active in campus and community service, in helping one another. They earned an impressive number of top scholarships to pursue graduate studies and professional degrees. They won sports and moot court championships and staged musicals and theatrical productions. These are all things we no longer take for granted. But their re-engagement extended beyond our campus. A constant point of pride for me is that our students are also citizens who are deeply involved in society. According to national surveys, St. Thomas graduates have significantly greater engagement with their peers with civic issues, as well as with environmental sustainability and social diversity, as well as social justice and human rights concerns. Societal engagement has been an important part of your education, and I know that it will continue after your graduation. I also like to use Convocation to bring attention to the successes of our faculty. But today I want to publicly thank our professors for their tremendous efforts and countless hours of work delivering their courses online and in person. Whatever the circumstance or challenge, they continue to provide the kind of education we promise our students, an education which teaches them to think critically, creatively, and independently, and that fosters effective communication. Those of you graduating with your Bachelor of Education began your studies just less than 1 year ago. And during an intensive program, I have no doubt that you formed close bonds with one another. You worked very hard to complete 60 credits in just 11 months, and you tested your skills in field placements in schools, applying newfound skills in classrooms around the province. As teachers, you will be lifelong learners, working to stay current on the developments in your areas of expertise, curriculum, and pedagogy. And I know that you understand that your new profession is emotionally, mentally, and physically demanding. Teaching is hard work, more so than many outside the profession appreciate. In your classroom, you will work with children and youth with a range of intellectual abilities. They will be from diverse socioeconomic, ethnic, and cultural backgrounds, and they will each need your attention and support. Meeting their diverse needs can be a source of stress. But teaching also offers tremendous rewards, and none more important than the opportunity to guide, mentor, and inspire young people to make a difference in their lives. Teaching is a tremendous gift that you give to society. Our province and our country desperately need the kind of teachers that you have been educated to be. And after today, each of you will have the opportunity to shape the world one student at a time. For those of you graduating with your Bachelor of Arts degree, this convocation marks the completion of the journey you began when you arrived at St. Thomas 4 years ago. Many years ago, I undertook a similar journey at St. Thomas, and the journey was one on which I forged friendships which I can now say have literally lasted a lifetime. It provided an educational foundation that prepared me well for the challenges and the opportunities that life later presented. And I hope in the future you will feel the same fondness and gratitude that I feel for our small university of big opportunities. Rest assured, there has never been better evidence on the value of a university education or on the value of a liberal arts degree. And to cite just one, a study by the Royal Bank of Canada called Humans Wanted: How Canadian Youth Can Thrive in the Age of Disruption, assessed skills rankings across 300 occupations, and it found increasing demands for skills such as critical thinking, social perceptiveness, active listening, complex problem solving, global cultural awareness, and adaptability. These are all skills that we focus on and try to equip you with as part of a liberal arts education. As you graduate, I hope you will approach the future with confidence and determination. The current pandemic, economic conditions, and social context have certainly created an elevated climate of anxiety. However, a recent Maritime Canada study showed that 5 years after graduation, 95% of humanities and social science graduates are employed, 92% in jobs that they are satisfied with, and with an average median salary almost double what they were earning 2 years previously. Today, for the first time, we are conferring degrees on graduates from our Masters of Social Work program. This is a milestone for St. Thomas and for our graduates. In fact, MSW graduate Tessa Burns is carrying on a family tradition. Her mother, Carla Gregan Burns, was a member of the first Bachelor of Social Work class to graduate from STU 40 years ago. Tess has described her degree as life-changing, both professionally and personally. And I hope that that is true for all of our graduates today. I have a profound respect for social workers. My work in the law brought me into contact with social workers and the marginalized members of our society who need the assistance to help them navigate the system and get the services they need. In your work as social workers, you will meet people who have extreme challenges, but who confront them with courage and conviction. You may find that you have more patience and generosity than you thought you did. And as you discover this about yourself, you will also discover that you have the skills to help others change their lives for the better. For all of our graduates, today is the beginning of a new chapter in your life, a time to celebrate your accomplishments, to consider the future, but also to reflect upon the assistance and perhaps financial support you have received. And I know that you, our graduates, are grateful for the encouragement, the understanding, and the financial support you may have received from family members and friends, which helped you achieve what you have today. And with that in mind, I'm going to ask all of our graduates to stand and to give a resounding round of applause to your family members and supporters. So I'd ask our graduates to please stand and to thank your... Thank you. As you graduate, I hope you will approach the future with confidence and determination. The pandemic, the current economic conditions, and their impact on society have created an elevated climate of anxiety. And it's natural to worry about the future. But don't just worry. Create the future for yourself and determine the direction that you are going to take. Over time, life teaches us that success, however you define it, requires personal qualities, talents, and skills that we can neither test nor teach in university. Creativity, adaptability, people skills, street smarts, a capacity for hard work, what I would call persistence and grit, and a personal sense of responsibility, integrity, and a zest for life. These are qualities and skills that I know you all have, and combined with the education you received at St. Thomas, these attributes will assist you in creating the future that you want for yourselves. Like the 15,000 STU graduates who have gone before you, you will find your way to an exciting and fulfilling future. As you leave the shelter of our small community, be bold, be courageous, take risks, grab the opportunities when they come your way, because they may lead you to a future better than you ever imagined. And finally, remember how blessed we are in this society and in the world to have a university education. Congratulations and best wishes to all of you. I know that you will make us proud.
Thank you, President Russell. Today we are privileged to have the Honorable David Adams Richards with us as our convocation speaker. David Adams Richards is one of Canada's most distinguished writers. His work has been translated into 12 languages and is part of the curriculum at many Canadian and American universities. He has received national and international awards for his novels, essays, and screenplays, and is one of only 3 writers to earn the Governor General's Literary Award for both fiction and nonfiction. His novel, Mercy Among the Children, published in 2000, won the Scotiabank Giller Prize. He has also won the Canadian Authors Association Award, the Canada-Australia Literary Prize, and the Matt Cohen Award for a distinguished lifetime of contribution to Canadian literature. In 2019, he was honored with the Carolyn Layden Stevenson Distinguished Alumni Award, which recognizes the outstanding accomplishments of STU alumni. He is the recipient of 4 honorary doctorates, including one from St. Thomas University in 1990. Both the Writers' Union of New Brunswick and St. Thomas University have established annual writing awards in his name. He is a member of the Order of New Brunswick and the Order of Canada, and was appointed to the Senate of Canada in 2017. I would now invite the Honorable David Adams Richards to come forward to address the convocation.
Thank you very much for that introduction, and I would like to say I'm very pleased to be here. President Russell, distinguished guests, parents and students. We'll see how I do here because my throat has never been good for the last few years when I read. And I remember that both Charles Dickens and Mark Twain had dreams where they would appear on stage naked and be terrified that this is what would happen in real life, because that's how they made their living. I don't mean they appeared on stage naked to make their living. I mean they gave reading tours around the world. Well, I feel that I'm going to start and not be able to finish, and if I can't, well, I'm going to have to get one of the alumni to come up and do it for me. But it's not that long, and I will try to muscle my way through. Thank you very much. And thank you for allowing me to speak today. I did not have a graduation ceremony myself, which I suppose is not a big thing now. I was busy with writing my early books, but St. Thomas was instrumental in my life and in my writing, and just perhaps in allowing me to write my earliest books. And I do think that anyone who comes to this university, and all who apart from it with degrees to go out and teach the world, have been given the valuable resources to do so. And if you have graduated in some other capacity besides the BED today, we still go into the world in order to teach the world and to have the world teach us. So I'm grateful to St. Thomas, as I know you are and will be more in the years to come. It is a great university tucked away among other buildings, sometimes secluded, but demonstrates in its passion and love for truth a character so few other universities have. And I have been to many universities where the truth comes second to policy, and at times where truth becomes something of a detriment to ambition. I wish to speak to something of that today. You see, in truth, it matters not what we know, but how we know it, and most importantly for teachers, how we might impart it to others. Once long ago at a university somewhere else, a professor looked at me and stated, "I know your characters well, and if I didn't get an education, I may have ended up like them, or perhaps nothing more than a mailman." It was such a strange statement, I stopped walking beside him and watched him move away between two ivy-enhanced buildings. He believed he had now become superior to my characters or to lowly mailman with his degrees, and if this is what his education had wrought, he had learned little about the human spirit. Besides this, all my life I was saying in my books just the opposite, that the human heart and soul matters greatly to every human being, and every human being, no matter what we may think, is born with their human spirit as magnificent as any other. And so perhaps this particular professor didn't understand my characters as much as he imagined, and perhaps too he didn't understand who he actually was, and perhaps he had been deafened by his accomplishments to what life and books he had read were actually saying to him, and perhaps he taught his students this, and perhaps he was a personification of Dostoevsky's reminder to us all, if these are our teachers, what hope is there for us? And I did not tell him this, that his learning had availed him so little, or that one of my best friends was a mailman, my brother who had his black belt in Taekwondo was another, and my sister-in-law, who has an IQ of 153, was as well. But I did not tell him this, for if he did not know, my reminder would have availed him very little. I will not be too harsh upon him, but to say that knowledge without compassion or understanding is a great defeat, and perhaps our greatest defeat. But you see, the great teachers I have had, some in high school and certainly some at St. Thomas, never measured worth by position, never demeaned because of someone's social standing or lack thereof. It wouldn't have been ever thought of. The great teachers know this as much or better than I do. I wish you to become great teachers, and no one's religion or ethnicity should ever hamper one from being just and kind. We are all, as Tolstoy Pierre said in War and Peace, while looking at the sky, not just on this scrap of earth, but a part of the whole. All of us, everyone. I have mentioned before to a group I spoke to that the first time I was in Toronto, I saw a group of glib young students from Osgood Hall Law School making fun of a waitress who didn't understand all their big words as she tried to take their order. Nothing reduces the human spirit quite like this, and it was not the waitress's humanity that was reduced. I know some of the teachers they had, no matter how brilliant the students were, would have been ashamed of them. And in some way, these students, as brilliant as they may have been, had failed the greatest test. I know many of us know this in our heart. Looking back, I know that so many of us try our best, and that St. Thomas worked hard to teach us and instill in us this too, but I'm asking us to go forward and teach others the same. Oh, I know we are not perfect and we will make mistakes, all of us will, but at our core, no matter what we teach or where we go, this I hope will be emblematic for us all, that the knowledge of love toward others will always outshine and eclipse the knowledge of our need for power over others. For there are so many problems in the world today, So many people wish to change the world, to tear down the old world, the world I grew up in, to create a power shift, thinking that the outcome will be different. But without the knowledge of compassion, no power shift will ever occur. And we have to look nowhere but into the human heart and see how the need for power almost always and forever wars with the dominion of love. In fact, it creates two great and separate dimensions that are almost never united. And what will this have to do with our going into the world and teaching students? Why, it will have everything to do with it. And nothing else will ever really matter without it. So I have stories of two children I grew up with long ago. I knew a boy who had no skates to play hockey. It was a long time ago now. He won money playing bingo one night, enough to get his skates at Christmas time. He was 12 years old, but he bought his mother a dress and his little brother a winter coat. And boy, that this was not important, I would not have mentioned this today. I probably wouldn't have remembered it. And you too now might not forget it. So this might be a strange declaration on my part, but it comes from a life of witnessing what is good and not so good about the world. But this was one of the greatest of lessons of my youth. So I would say that a teacher's job is not simply to teach, but to understand and edify toward the knowledge of compassion. That understanding toward the knowledge of empathy must be the main facet of a person's character in order to instill its worth in others. It's not easy, it will never be, but it will be as important a lesson as one can ever give another person. Socrates knew this, and he may have been our greatest teacher. And here's the secret. I'm sure so many of you, so many, no matter who you are, what religion you might be, know this as well. Those teachers who died for their students in Texas last month knew this too. They knew the knowledge of love pitted against the odious and sickening need for power. You see, we will always remember and celebrate their love and not the abhorrence of the venal perpetrator. So the world has always tried to be new and is trying to be new at this moment, and yet new will never be new without empathy. That is the secret I have learned. I didn't need to read books to learn this. It is within every individual human heart. But I tell you, over the many years I have managed to keep alive, over these many years where I sometimes struggled for my art, books and learning helped me realize, as one of my characters said in one of my books, all is madness without love. I have forgotten many important people who I have met in my life. They have come and gone at dinner parties or ceremonies, prime ministers, Nobel Prize and Pulitzer Prize winners, and governor generals. I have been fortunate to dine with them all, but I have not forgotten Emerson, who bought the coat for his brother. There are many things going on in school. Young people so often are determined to belong, so much so that trying to belong can become a detriment to oneself. We think back to our own school days, and we may realize this. The second story I have is about a girl when I was a boy. She was a child who was very poor, and more poor than the poorest of those we ever knew. I guarantee you that. In the morning before she went to school, she would trudge out in winter to the bakery to stand at the back door and get the leftover bread to take home to her brothers and sisters. She was thin and pale and smelled of poverty and spoke not a word against us. And many I knew from her class teased her, tormented, and ridiculed her. Worse, I believe, for a girl, very much worse. Why? Because they were afraid not to be a part of the mob and ridicule her state. It was strange how easy it would become a mob and shout Barabbas at this forlorn child. Her name was Jeannie, and one day she went away, and we never saw her again. This was back in the 60s, so long ago, so far away from now. And when she went away, some of us began to realize that in her suffering was stamped the suffering of Christ. that she was there to teach us not only about suffering, which will come to us all, we began to realize that she was there not to be pitied, but in her sorrow and love, to be emulated. She, in fact, was our greatest teacher, our most poignant teacher, a teacher that asked us never to join the mob in glee, and so many of us did not see it. So I'm asking you as teachers to see it. I know the best of you always will. Oh, I have forgotten the names of 100 kids I went to school with, but I have never forgotten her. You see, I'm not allowed to. Lord Byron said, "I wish man to be as free from mobs as from kings." Empathy will save every one of us from joining the mob. And if we teach well enough, as we know we can, if we are determined enough to instruct our children in the best way forward, come what may, we will allow others to be free from the mob just as we are free from kings. Yes, all our teaching will be important, from history to mathematics, but that in itself is the greatest lesson. We will instruct our students never to shout Barabbas against those who are hurt or forsaken or alone, no matter where life takes them, to refrain from being part of the quarrelous mob that gathers together in classrooms, offices, or common rooms to shout down the lonely and the confused. This is part of education too. It is in fact the core teaching that comes from the great books and the greatest of lives, from Socrates to Saint Bernadette to Emily Dickinson or to Einstein himself, and must be offered like a blessing without bias or slight toward anyone. You see, so many are relying on teachers to help them show the way, for so many children have no one else. Many still go to school in the morning like those two children I mentioned above. Empathy is the one thing I ask you to take forward into the future as my time is now closing down. Every lesson will be ennobled by it, and no lesson is ever really worthy without it. The power you have has been given to you, Christ says. He does not say that about compassion. The more compassion you give, the more you will hold, the more those you teach over the years will be edified and fulfilled and have compassion for others as well. To take that through life is to have learned well indeed. Oh, please know that this today is a reminder to myself as much as to you. And God bless you in whatever you do and wherever you go. And thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Senator Richards. We now proceed to the central part of our program, the conferral of degrees upon our students. After the degrees have been conferred, our deans, Dr. Andre Loisel and Dr. Susan Macomb, will read the names of the graduates for presentation to the Chancellor. Karen Preston, our registrar, will assist the President with the presentation of diplomas. We begin with the Bachelor of Applied Arts and Bachelor of Arts degrees. Our Bachelor of Applied Arts degrees are offered in collaboration with the New Brunswick Community College. Would the candidates for the degrees Bachelor of Applied Arts and Bachelor of Arts please stand? Honorable Chancellor, I have the honor of presenting these candidates for the degrees Bachelor of Applied Arts and Bachelor of Arts. I testify that they have completed the requirements for these degrees and have been found worthy to have them conferred upon them today.
By the authority vested in me by the Charter of St. Thomas University, I admit said candidates to the degrees Bachelor of Applied Arts and Bachelor of Arts with all the rights, privileges, and honors pertaining thereto.
Katie Ann Witters. Abigail Teresa Burgoyne. Min Dow. David Godwin Effon. Marion Enrica Amica. Paige Allison Francis. Paula Stefania Franco Granda. Emma Renee Grattan. Chelsea Megan Griffith. Sophia Henriette Abert. Chelsea Joanne Marceline Nassau. Kaylee Lynn Nye. Rebecca Augusta Nicole Porter. With distinction, Mackenzie Lynn Roy. Sonia V.M. Timbray. Julian James Spinney.
Would the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Education please stand? Honorable Chancellor, I have the honor of presenting these candidates for the degree Bachelor of Education. I testify that they have completed the requirements for that degree and have been found worthy to have it conferred upon them today.
By the authority vested in me by the Charter of St. Thomas University, I admit said candidates to the degree Bachelor of Education with all the rights, privileges, and honors pertaining thereto.
Delia Dawn Ackroyd. Brendan Michael Ahern. Kristen Hope Anderson. Shannon Rose Anderson. Derek George Bailey. Mallory Lauren Beaulieu. William Fletcher Boomer. Louise Martha Brigham. Rachel Joy Burt. Alexander Kelly Carpenter. Megan Elizabeth Kavanaugh. Émilie Chiasson. Emma Lynn Comeau. Emily Laura Cordero. Samuel David Otis Kroll. Matthew James Dalglish. Jade Constance Susan Daly. Emily Grace Dumstagel. Garrett Messon Dixon. Samuel James Drummond. Emma Madeline Dufresne. Claire Maran Dunlop. Kathleen Maria Dunn. Danielle Deborah Dupuis. Brianne Elizabeth Durant. Alicia Barbara Dutcher. Andrew David Erb. William Jake Watson Estabrooks. Jacqueline Ray Forgey. Hillary Kristen Foster. Brianne Jacqueline Maybell Gallagher. Madison Marie Geldart. Jasmine Faith Gidney. Natasha Michelle Gionette Youssef. Danica Emma Godbout. Samuel Nyborg Hambrook. Kathleen Barbara Hart. Esma Hassan. Kiana Grace Hilchi. Charlie Dawn Hill. Lauren Grace Hovey. Ben John Kirsted. Madison Lindsay King. Andrew Rodney Joseph Lantaigne. Maggie Lee Lebrun. Sarah Rose McDonald. David William James McMullen. Cassidy Faye Martin. Nathan Leslie Matchett. Erin Elizabeth McRae. Madison Elizabeth McLaughlin. Hillary Alexis Morris. Caitlin Victoria Mowbray. Jane Catherine Nickerson. Shannon Julia O'Keefe. Madison Joyce Jacqueline Owens. Da Pan. Songwoo Park. Brittany Dawn Parker. Emily Ann Patterson. Emily Lynn Patterson. Naomi Lauren Petrie. Laura Ivy Pritchard. Emma Lauren Pye. Rebecca Adeline Mary Rankin. Alicia Megan Roberts. Mallory Tanya Roberts. Wade Easton Nadler Russell. Darla Russell Saunders. Alexis Marie Francis Savoy. Christina Amber Joy Serrano. Michael Paul Tremblay. Owen Thomas Whitty. Caitlin Elizabeth Wilson.
Would the candidates for the degree Master of Social Work please stand? Honorable Chancellor, I have the honor of presenting these candidates for the degree Master of Social Work. I testify that they have completed the requirements for that degree and have been found worthy to have it conferred upon them today.
By the authority vested in me by the Charter of St. Thomas University, I admit said candidates to the degree Master of Social Work with all the rights, privileges, and honors pertaining thereto.
Zoe Amelia Lindsay Bourgeois. Zoe Bourgeois is a former youth from the child welfare system in New Brunswick and one of the less than 2% of youth from the system who has graduated from graduate school. Caitlin Eva Marie Brogan. Tessa Dawn Burns. Luke William Garrigan. Angela Marie Ketch. Hillary Ann Newman Lovelace. Luke Robert Oakes Rankin. Caroline Patricia Sanford. Keely Ann Whitaker.
Please join me in a round of applause to congratulate all of our graduates. Thank you. It's now my pleasure to introduce the valedictorian for today's convocation. The valedictorian is chosen by the Bachelor of Education graduating class. I am pleased to introduce this year's valedictorian, Darla Saunders.
Good afternoon, honored guests, faculty members, administrative staff, friends and family, and fellow graduates. Bonjour et bienvenue à tous et à toutes. Abchilasi, kolasi kolpa, no lidahas, edeli, magoyatsiak, wolastagok. I am honored to be representing the St. Thomas University graduating class of 2022. Today, we celebrate our graduation from the Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Applied Arts, Bachelor of Education, and Master of Social Work programs. On behalf of all of the graduates, I would like to express our heartfelt thanks to everyone who helped us reach this moment, because we certainly didn't do it alone. I want to thank our amazing professors, instructors, mentor teachers, and supervisors who inspired, challenged, and encouraged us. I want to thank everyone who ensures that St. Thomas University runs as the excellent institution that it is. The administrators and coordinators, the people who work in IT, the maintenance staff, and the custodians. I want to thank our partners, families, and friends who have been such an incredible source of love, encouragement, and support. From the bottom of our hearts, thank you all so much. Today, we're reaching the end of an incredible journey, and like all endings, it's also a beginning. We're all about to go through a significant transition as we leave St. Thomas and embark on our next adventure. Some of us know where we're going next, and some of us don't. But either way, we don't know exactly what's going to happen next. That's exciting, but it can also be very challenging. Change and challenging experiences, they can teach us what we're capable of. If we can stay curious and engaged, they can help us push ourselves farther than we thought we could go and grow in ways that we never expected. Earning our degrees has had a lot of those experiences. It has been hard, and it has been wonderful. My time at St. Thomas University has been a transformative experience in ways that I never could have imagined when I started the program, and I know it's been the same for all of you. As we go forward into our next adventure, and the one after that, and the one after that, my hope for us is that we stay open to the possibilities that change and challenge bring, because life will throw lots of both our way. That's just how life works. What really matters is how we choose to respond. If we can stay open, be curious, look for the good, and choose kindness and generosity, we will get to keep learning and growing. We will be able to make the world a better place for ourselves and for everyone around us. I want us to remember that we won't always get to choose what happens to us, but we can always choose how we respond. We get to choose who we want to become. When I look out at all of you, I feel such a sense of hope. You are truly incredible, inspiring people. You have chosen to make the world better with your intelligence, creativity, passion, kindness, resilience, and awesomeness. It has been a tremendous privilege to be your classmate and to be your valedictorian today. As a graduate of the School of Education, I know how important assessment and evaluation is for all students. So to end today, I would like to give you all some feedback. You worked really, really hard. You learned a tremendous amount. You have truly earned the degree that you are receiving today. I am so proud of all of you, of us. Now let's go out there and make the world a better place. Walalin, Waliwan, merci, thank you.
Thank you, Darla. At today's convocation, we are awarding the University Medal for Academic Excellence in the Bachelor of Education program. This is the highest award in education offered by the university and is made possible through an endowment created by President Emeritus Dr. Daniel O'Brien and his family. The University Medal for Academic Excellence in Education is awarded to the graduating student with the highest overall standing in the Bachelor of Education program. When I announce the name, I ask that the recipient come forward and receive the medal from President Russell. This year, the University Medal for Academic Excellence in the Bachelor of Education program is awarded to Darla Saunders. I now call upon Mr. Peter Forrestal, Chair of St. Thomas University's Board of Governors, to offer closing remarks.
Thank you, Vice President Fenwick. Honorable Chancellor, Senator Richards, President Russell, special guests, faculty, students, staff, graduates, on behalf of the Board of Governors, I'm pleased to offer congratulations to the St. Thomas class of 2022. And after a 2-year hiatus, this is our second consecutive in-person convocation, so we're on a roll. To persevere through a pandemic and to complete your studies is a significant accomplishment, both for students and for the professors. And I want to commend the excellent work by our faculty. As the situation changed, professors had to be prepared to adapt, and you went above and beyond to ensure that students at St. Thomas received a great education. And similarly, you graduates worked very hard under trying circumstances and persisted through all those obstacles that I can only imagine. Now, you know, as Darla said in her terrific valedictory, change is a part of life, and it can be frightening, but it is a chance to test our limits. Change requires you to be bold and to be required to take risks. There are many families here today and graduates, you know, your mothers, your fathers, your brothers, your sisters, husbands, wives, partners, children, and your friends supported you in only ways that you know, and I know how much you appreciate them. Now, as graduates of St. Thomas, each of you have an opportunity to build meaningful lives and to contribute to your community, whether it's here in New Brunswick, elsewhere in Canada, or somewhere around the world. Our Bachelor of Education graduates will be teachers who guide, mentor, and inspire young people, and you will make a huge difference in their lives. Many of us have had the benefit of wonderful teachers through elementary, middle, and high school, and have the benefit of wonderful professors at university. To our Bachelor of Arts and Applied Arts grads, now for more than 110 years, St. Thomas has prepared individuals for everything, for every field of endeavor. There's been a prime minister, premier, writers, whether they're authors, journalists, or both, actors, artists, lawyers, judges, Indigenous teachers, Indigenous leaders, human rights activists, the whole gamut. Your degree from St. Thomas knows no limits. And to our first class of our Master of Social Work, wow, we're so proud of you, and I know that our president and faculty have fought hard to get this program to St. Thomas. Social work, your profession, is highly specialized and requires the knowledge of advanced practice. And our School of Social Work, you've worked hard to develop this new program, and we're excited for its potential and for your potential to help the people of this province and elsewhere. Each of you deserves to be very proud of your achievement, and please take the time, the opportunity to celebrate. In closing, I hope that each of you in this St. Thomas class of 2022 carries with you the lessons that you've learned here at St. Thomas, and that you keep the friendships you have forged amongst your St. Thomas family. And now, like me, like President Russell, like Senator Adams, Richards, and thousands of others, you are alumnus of St. Thomas University, a Tommy forever. Congratulations to all of you, and all the best in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Forrestal. This brings the 2022 Summer Convocation ceremony to a close. Congratulations on behalf of myself and the faculty to our graduates, and thank you to their families and friends for joining us today. I would also like to thank the members of the STU Jazz Ensemble for providing today's music. After the platform party and the graduates have left the building, you are all invited to join us for a reception at the Sir James Dunn Hall on the St. Thomas University campus. The national anthem this afternoon will be sung by Mr. Alex Good. Please stand for the national anthem and remain standing until the procession has left the building. Thank you all for joining us this afternoon.
Ô Canada, terre de nos aïeux, ton front est ceint de fleurons glorieux. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, come through, Lord, strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Et ta valeur de foi trempée protégera nos foyers et nos droits. O Canada, we stand on guard for